appreciate you guys coming today. First off, hope everyone had a happy holiday and a blessed new year this evening. So just want to walk you through a quick timeline of, what we got going on this week, and then when we talk again, up until when we talk again at the Combine. So yesterday, exit meetings with the players. Very, very positive, great opportunity to have open, honest feedback both ways. So that was a great day. So at the end of this week, we're going to have our end of season meeting with the coaching staff. So offense and defense, we'll go over every single player. So this is the most important meeting of the year, in my opinion, and this is where we really set the stage for the offseason and the decisions that are going to be made moving forward. We take it through January. Great opportunity to get out. All-star games, college all-star games. We got a new league starting up in the XFL. Our pro scouts are going to be scouting that. And then that'll take us through our next round of UFA meetings with the scouts in January. We'll get back with our college scouts in February for draft meeting, and then we'll be at the Combine. So the Combine is going to be exciting, and there's a change in format. We're going to have primetime workouts, so that should be interesting, and it'll be exciting for players and kind of a new twist. So just touching on this year, 7-9. It's not where we want to be. It's not where we want to be as a team or an organization. The goal is the playoffs and the Super Bowl every year for every team. But I will say this: I stood up here last time. It was right after the trade deadline. We were 1-6. We were getting ready to be 1-7. One of the messages that I had to the team, to you guys, everybody, was that we as an organization, we need to handle adversity better. And I feel like the backstretch of the season, we did that. And this team faced a lot of adversity. Too many to just go into every single one. But I can't tell you how proud I am of the way that the players, the locker room, the staff, everyone in this building, they stuck together. There's every opportunity to roll over, and no one did it. And the work ethic, the passion, there's no pointing fingers. Guys stayed together, and you saw it at practice every day, and then you saw it in the back half of the year. I mean, going 6-2, that's not luck. You don't do that. It takes a group of guys that became galvanized and stuck together. And what we've got to do. The hope. I won't even say the hope, because hope's not a strategy. The plan moving forward is that is a launch pad for us. We're gonna take the success, the way that we were able to win close games, to learn how to win close games, to learn how to win. Take that moving forward, build off of that. Every season is its own entity at the end of the at the beginning and end of the year. But I think the lessons that this team learned, these guys learned, are going to carry forward. That being said, there's a lot of work to do. We've got 20-plus UFA and RFAs. We have 8 draft picks, 4 of which are in the top 80. So there's a lot of work. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot of preparation that's going to go into the coming months for us to execute our plan. And, what is our plan? So the plan is to create the best culture in sports. What do I mean by that? I think the best cultures, it's a self-sustaining entity where professionalism, leadership, it's transferred from one generation of players to the next. And you see that in every great team. Every great team has that culture, and that's what we're going to try to create here. What is it going to take? It's going to take people with the right level of commitment, character, and competence. Every person, every player that we bring in this building, they're going to be assessed on their fit within our culture and their ability to help us achieve our ultimate goal, which is win a Super Bowl year in and year out. So that's it for my opening remarks. I'll take questions from here.
Joe, there was some uncertainty about Le'Veon during the trade deadline. Do you want him to be a part of the team next year?
Yeah, so Le'Veon, my personal experience with Le'Veon has been very positive. He's done everything we've asked him to do as a person, as a teammate. I touched on it last time I talked to you guys. He's one of our best workers. He's one of our best teammates. He connects and engages with everybody. So, I can't say enough positive things about Le'Veon.
So you won't entertain trading?
Like I said before, if teams do call, I'm going to listen. How those conversations I mean, I can't speak to that. That's hypothetical. But when teams call, I will listen.
Joe, Jamal had another Pro Bowl year, and now he is eligible for a contract extension. Is that something you guys would like to get done?
Yeah, so we do know that this he is officially eligible to renegotiate his rookie deal, and as all of you know, Jamal's an amazing player, and we saw what he did all year. But really, when we deployed him, and he was such a factor as a pass rusher around the box. He did so many good things. His leadership, obviously voted team MVP by his peers. A special guy. Obviously we're just starting our process. We're going to get in with the coaching staff. We're going to go. That's really the start of our entire process as far as talking about each player, each contract. What we're going to do moving forward. So that's something we're going to discuss at the end of the week.
Where do you stand with Robby? Where do you stand with Robby Anderson?
Robby, again, I can't say enough good things about Robby. I mean, obviously, so much frustration at the beginning of the year, right? And I'm sure Robby was as frustrated as any player, being a contract year for him. But the person, the teammate he persevered. He had a fantastic year, especially down the stretch. But all year he was getting open, and I think Coach Gase alluded to it a few times. We just couldn't get him the ball, and we were able to get him the ball. We got him the ball down the stretch late. He was making contested catches. I had a great conversation with Robby. I won't get into the specifics of it, but he knows how valued he is here, and we'll discuss him later as well.
How would you assess the state of the offensive line, and how important is that? I mean, we've all kind of assumed that that's since it's been a specialty of yours that that's something you're going to look at and improve. What do you think? What went down this year, and where do you go from here with that?
Yeah, obviously, like the rest of our team, didn't start out our offensive line. I think I saw a stat that we had 9 different O-line combinations, so that's more than half the season. We had a different starting lineup with offensive line. So a real testament to those guys sticking together. I really feel that those guys, like a lot of our team, they were able to stick together. They grew within the offense. It's the reason that they say growing pains, not growing joys. And this team grew. And, I think you saw it down the back stretch where we were able to protect Sam. We did a great job picking up stunts. We did a great job picking up blitzes. And moving forward, look, the offense, the line of scrimmage is always going to be a priority here. And so it's definitely going to be something that we're going to look to improve every year.
How would you assess Sam's season, Joe?
Yeah, Sam, talk about toughness and talk about adversity. I mean, not many guys face more adversity than Sam as far as, dealing with the mono and then, some rough patches during the year. But I think the respect that Sam has earned from everyone in this building, and especially the locker room, for his ability to handle adversity, to come back, play really good football, to watch him grow throughout the year, to watch him grow from year 1 to year 2, just with everything, with decision making, with leadership. It was really impressive to see.
Joe, how confident are you that Adam, what is your confidence level in Adam's ability to bring out the best?
No, I see it. I've seen that every day. And just the job that he did with this team this year, again, these guys, it would have been easy for this team to just, you guys have been around a long time. Not many 1-7 teams finish 6-2 down the stretch. So the fact that, I can't speak to how great a job Adam and his staff did. And I really think that Sam and Adam formed a really strong relationship of open and honest conversation, and I really think you saw that kind of blossom throughout the end of the year.
Joe, you guys finished basically last in a lot of major statistical categories on offense, including total offense. So what gives you the confidence that Adam can lead this offense to the playoffs?
Yeah, I haven't. I know those were the stats. I've got to go back and look through to see how we were during the final 8 games of the year, where those offensive ranks were, because I've got to imagine that they're dramatically improved from the first half of the year. So I think the growth of our players, having comfort within the scheme, having comfort with what their position coaches are teaching them, how they were able to grow in the back half of the year. I think you saw that improvement start to take root and, like I said, blossom in those last 8 games.
At the trade deadline, Jamal obviously
Right.
was upset about what happened, and he said he should be viewed as a untouchable. I mean, has anything changed? Do you view him as an untouchable?
After the trade deadline, Jamal and I were able to have a great conversation. We were able to have a great conversation yesterday. I will say again, when teams call, you listen. But how serious things get after the initial call, I mean, that depends on the other team. And so, like I said, it never was serious with Jamal. Things never got to a really serious stage with him at the trade deadline. So that's really all I have to say about that.
Joe, how would you assess Adams' leadership traits?
Yeah, I think Adam brings energy. I think Adam is authentic and open and honest with guys. And I think he does a fantastic job just leading the team as far as setting expectations, setting goals, and then demanding the team to meet those expectations.
Can you describe, this is a Jamal-related question.
Yeah.
What is your overall philosophy on extending players who are under contract? I mean, some teams don't want to do it until the guy's in his last year. You have a hard and fast policy?
Yeah, you're right, Rich. Some teams say we're not renegotiating a contract with 2 years remaining. Some teams have rules like that. I've never been in a place that had a hard and fast rule like that. I think in a lot of cases in football, you take it on a case-by-case basis.
What's the case with Jamal? Do you want to resign him?
Like I said, we still have to go through our process, and those are going to be discussions we have in the in the upcoming days, weeks, and months.
Joe,
Where are you guys with Quincy right now? Do you believe he can play in 2020? And was there any fallout from his Twitter episode in November where he was complaining about the fines?
Right. So Quincy and I had a productive conversation, actually before and after the Twitter. The expectation is that Quincy rehabs. Quincy's going to be back. He's a valued member of this team. He's a fantastic person and a fantastic player. So, the hope and the plan is for him to rehab and be ready to go next year.
Joe, along those lines, what is the rationale behind hosting fines so that people in the building can see? Is that coming from you? Is that an Adam decision? And why wasn't that translated to the entire team?
Why wasn't it translated to the
Why
team?
don't players know why the fines are posted?
Right. So that I would say that's a team decision as far as fines are handled, and I think we, honestly, we've had open and honest conversations, and one of the things that I can tell you is that communication is going to be a big thing that we improve on in the future, and that's going to be on me. That's going to be on everybody, and that's going to be a big thing moving forward for the entire organization.
So what was the actual reason not to tell the players why?
Well, no, we were able to sit down and discuss and have that conversation.
With the entire team?
We were able to sit down and have a conversation with each player when that comes up.
Disconnect. I'm not asking about the guys who were fined. I'm saying, why doesn't guys who haven't been fined, why don't they know why this is a policy that the team has?
No, they're aware of the policy.
Joe, sometimes it's tricky. You get this job because you're very good at scouting players, but the GM job has a lot of other responsibilities to it. What have the last 6 months been like for you, transitioning from your roles in Philadelphia and Chicago and Baltimore to being a GM?
Yeah, no, it's been there's been a lot of learning on the job, but having the experiences that I had for the last 3 years in Philadelphia, I believe helped me just as far as the day-to-day interaction with the team, with the players, just the daily aspect. So I think just it was important for me, just being new, being hired when I was so late in the process, to be able to be here on a daily basis, to get to know the team, to get to know the coaching staff as well as I can, to get to know the players as well as I can, to try to build a relationship and just to let those guys know that I was accessible, that I was here at every practice. So that was a goal of mine this year.
What would the advantages, just along the lines of that, what would be the advantages of having that time that you just talked about having, rather than being thrown right in right before the draft, for example, when you jumping right in?
Yeah, so that's a good question because I've thought about it, and most GM hires are made right around now, right after the regular season. I think when you keep the glass half full and you look at the time I was able to come in, when I was able with the football ops side really leaving, I was able to make a lot of relationships and connections on the business side. That's one. I was also able to really, I didn't have to rush through implementing a grading scale change, implementing a new philosophy. You didn't have to rush, try to hit the ground running with all-star games in the combine right around the corner. So you could really get your processes in place, communicate with the people on your staff about what expectations are, how processes are going to change, what the grading scale is going to be. We were able to have some exercises in the summer, do some summer work as far as getting guys used to the new grading scale. So not to bore you with all those details, but there were a lot of benefits from starting when I did.
Joe, now that the offseason is here, is there an excitement that you now have for the first time in your career, a chance to really sculpt your team?
No, absolutely. It's a great opportunity. Like I said, it's a great opportunity to, improve on the strong finish. It's a great opportunity to bring in the right kind of people, because I do believe that, that the reason that saying's been around for so long, you win with people. The reason is because you need high character. You need a certain level of toughness, and you need the right people within your organization.
Joe, I know you're new, so it's not all over. The team hasn't made the playoffs in now 9 years running. So should the fans realistically expect the playoffs in 2020?
Well, like I said, I don't think the fans should be happy with 7 and 9. I think the fans should be excited, should tip their cap to the way that this team stuck together. And the people in this building, the men in that locker room, how they were able to bond, how they were able to put egos and feelings aside, really come together for the good of the team. Our expectation is to build off that, and our expectation is to be better in 2020 as a whole. Go ahead, Rich.
About 60 to 80 million cap room, somewhere around there. How aggressive will you be? Will you spend to the cap in free agency?
Again, that's a good question, Rich, and those are going to be topics and meetings that we have in the next coming days and months. Those are going to be topics that are brought up.
Joe, with all the injuries you guys had this year, Adam mentioned yesterday that you guys have already started kind of analyzing everything, see if you can cut down on those. Where are you on that, and what do you think you guys can do to limit the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, without having all of the facts, my initial thought is that this year is a bit of an anomaly as far as the amount of injuries that we sustained as an organization, as a team. But we are in the midst of that research. We are doing a deep dive as far as to what we can do to prevent this from happening again, and what we need to implement to make sure that these amount of injuries don't happen.
Joe, what is your general philosophy when it comes to comp picks in terms of how aggressive you are in free agency and how that could impact the comp picks you guys know? You guys are pretty good working with that.
Yeah, so compensatory picks were important in Baltimore and Philadelphia, and it's a complicated formula, but There, you know, in those places, there were specific decisions based on how it was going to affect compensatory picks. You know, here we're going to do whatever's best for the New York Jets, and if it means, you know, we're not going to think so much about the comp picks as much as improving the team moving forward.
Joe, just to circle back on Le'Veon, he's one of the best players in the league before he got here. Just from your vantage point, why do you think he didn't have the season that, you know, people are accustomed to seeing?
You know, I really don't think that's for me to comment on. You know, I can just really speak to Le'Veon the man, and Le'Veon, and you know, I think Le'Veon had a great preseason. I think Le'Veon did a great job in practice every day. I think Le'Veon brought energy to his teammates. And, you know, our goal as a team, as a defense, special teams, offense is to improve. And so we all have to get better. And, you know, the goal is for Le'Veon next year to have a better, more production than we had this year.
This is obviously the first offseason that you and Adam are going to have together. So as the draft approaches, free agency approaches, how do you kind of envision that relationship working? What kind of input will he have in decisions? What kind of voice will you kind of give him as those decisions pop up?
Yeah, I think our off season is going to be a lot like our in season. We're going to speak daily. You know, there's going to be a lot of conversations, not only with me and Adam, me and the entire coaching staff, Adam and our personnel staff. You know, collaborations is big with me. You know, at the end of the day, Mr. Johnson's tasked me with making the final decision on roster moves. But I can tell you guys that there's not going to be decisions that are made unilaterally. There's going to be a lot of inclusion. There's going to be a lot of collaboration, and we're going to work together to do what's best for the New York Jets.
Last one from Andy.
Jamal and Sam and some of the other players have said that you guys are close. Just where would you assess where this core is and the amount of work you have to do this offseason?
Yeah, you know, like I said, we've got a lot of guys that are UFA and RFA, 20-plus guys. But I do think there is a strong core here of young guys that can be the foundation of a lot of success moving forward. You know, so right now, you know, feel good about a lot of these young guys and their growth and their arrows pointing up. So we've got to keep adding to the culture. We've got to keep adding to the locker room, to the building.